Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the School of Physical Sciences info session, part of our briefing on 2026 USTC International Admission Series. I'm Doris from the International College at USTC, and I'll be your host for today's session. So before we begin, let me briefly introduce the agenda for today. So our session will introduce a school introduction, a student sharing, an overview of admissions and the USTC fellowship, followed by a live Q&A. So if you have any questions during the presentations, please type them into the chat box and we will answer all of them during the Q&A session. Okay, so to start, please join me in welcoming Professor Gong, who will give us an overview of the School of Physical Sciences, its research focus and academic programs. So please welcome Professor Gong.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. So my name is Ming Gong from School of Physical Science. Today, it's my great honor to have a brief introduction to our school. So I'm from the School of Physical Science, so which is also one of the biggest school in USTC. So firstly, let me have a brief introduction to an overview of our school. So our school is very big. So we have about 500 academic staff, including 130 professors and 120 associate professors and 250 other staff. So meanwhile, we also have a lot of students. We have about 2,800 students, including about 1,200 undergrad students and about 800 master students and 700 PhD students. So here you can see a lot of papers. So of them are academician of the Chinese academic of science and the Chinese academic of engineering which is in USTC. With that background, so I will move to the research platforms. So we have three national labs. The first one is the National Signature Radiation Library in USDC. The second one is the Hefei National Center for Physical Science and Microscales. The third one is the National Library for Quantum Information Science. And meanwhile, we also have a lot of key libraries. For example, here, this is the key library, state key library for particle detection and electronics. The second one is the key libraries for microscale magnetic resonance. The third one is the key libraries for galaxy and cosmology. And then the key library for geophysics environment, and the key library for quantum information, and the key library for strongly coupled quantum metaphysics. So here, let me have just to show some beautiful pictures for the national labs. So this is the national lab for national synchronization radiation libraries. You see some very big and beautiful experiment setups. So here, this is the national lab for the Hefei National Lab for Quantum Information Science that we established a few years ago. Okay. Now I would like to move to the much more detailed about our department. So here, this is the first department, the Department of Physics in our school. So in this department, we mainly focus on condensed matter physics. So for example, we try to study the material science, material surface using STM. And we also study the spin of electron on different materials. So meanwhile, we also study the microelectronics and biophysics. So here, this is another department which is called the Department of Modern Physics. So in this department, we study theoretical physics, the particle and nuclear physics. and atomic and molecular physics, and meanwhile we also study physical electronics. So in the physical electronics, we mainly focus on the electronics in high energy physics, so which have been widely used in the detection of fundamental particles. So this is a department of optics and optical engineering. So we study optics. We also study optic engineering, and meanwhile also study quantum information science. So in our department, we have a lot of faculty members who study quantum computations or quantum informations using the lasers or using the single photons. So this is the department for astrophysics. So we try to study the here. This is the details for the department of astronomy. Here, this is the department for engineering and applied physics. For example, we try to study plasma physics. We try to study the nuclear engineering and the technology. And meanwhile, we also have some professors who study medical physics. So in general, we have made some great achievements in physics education in the last 40 years. For example, we have in China, we have got the first PhD in physics in China about 40 years ago. We have more than 22 graduate students who have been elected as academicians of the CIS and the CIE. And meanwhile, we have from 1979 to 1988, about 240 graduate students have been admitted as PhD students in USTC by the Caspian examinations, so which is 1/4 of the total numbers in China. So meanwhile, we are the second university among the world with graduates get PhD degrees in physics in USA, and up to 2020, about 59 graduates have been elected as APS fellow, so which is among most among the top universities. So every year we invite a lot of students from all over the world to for the international collaborations. Here you see we have, for example, we have the Future Physics International Summer Camp. So every year we will have this summer camp. We also have some collaborate with the European Organization of Nuclear Research Center, and meanwhile we have some collaborations with the Sakura Science in Japan. And meanwhile, we also have some collaborations between with Stanford universities and MIT. So here you see a lot of pictures. So the international students from all over the world the first picture shows the Chinese instrument, music instrument. All they will come here. They will have some the colloquium or seminars, and meanwhile they will try to study some Chinese characters. Of course, we also have some very delicious food. So meanwhile, we also encourage our students to go overseas to study or for some projects. So we have a very close collaboration with more than 35 universities all over the world. So you can, for example, from Yale universities, from the taxi from Yale University, and some other universities, Oxford universities. So finally, next I will move to the research output. So every year we will publish a lot of papers in Nature and Science, which is one of the most prestigious journals in the world. And meanwhile, we also have a lot of papers published in Physical Review Letter. So you see that the number of papers that we publish in Physical Review Letter is increasing. For example, 10 years ago, we will publish 27 papers in Physical Review Letter, and in 2017 we have published 37 papers, and this year in 2025 we have published at least 6 papers in Nature and Science, and meanwhile we have published more than 44 papers in physical review letter. So here I just have a brief introduction to some of the most important discoveries that we have made in the last 20 years. The first one is the breakthrough in iron-based high-temperature semiconductor. So in this experiment, the Professor Chen, Xianhui have reported the first iron-based semiconductor with great temperature of about 43 Kelvin. So this also get this is one of the most important breakthrough in condensed matter physics. So this experiment, so this work has because of this great contribution, they have awarded the first class award in China, that is the State Science and the Technology Prizes in 2013. So we also have some other great discoveries. For example, here in these pictures, here we have measured the diaper-diaper interaction between the interaction between two diapers. So with a spatial resolution about 0.5 nanokilometers. So with this technique, it's possible that we can map the single molecule. It is possible to make for the chemical identification at the single molecule levels. And meanwhile, we also have some chemical mapping of the single molecule by plasma enhanced Raman scattering. So we also have launched the first quantum communication satellite in China about 2016. So, and meanwhile, we also have the first quantum teleportations of independent single photon qubits with distance of more than 1,400 kilometers. So because of this, so this is one of the biggest. And meanwhile, we also studied the multi-photon quantum entanglement. So meanwhile, we also have the first quantum secret communication NAM opened in China. So this NAM, this quantum secret communication NAM will connect the cities, the biggest city in China, Shanghai, with Beijing, with another biggest city in China. So this achievement also have also been awarded the first class prize, that is the State Science and Technology Prizes in 2015. So here you see a diamond here, So there are some color centers in the diamond. So with this diamond, we can measure the single proton. So we can measure the spin in the single protons, and meanwhile, it's possible to measure the single the electron spin in the single DNA. So it means that in future it's possible for the detection of single spin in the protons and the DNA in the single spin level. So recently, the same experiment group have used the entanglement to enhance the single spin sensing. So this is the paper published in Nature this year. So this is the experiments that have been mainly focused on plasma physics. So which is the CODA torus experiments. So which is established about 10 years ago. So in these experiments, this experiments is mainly used to resolve the energy problem, which is I think one of the biggest problems in the human being in future. So because in a lot of places in the world, we don't have enough energy. So this setup is amazing because it's possible to confine the atoms, the nuclear particles using the strong magnetic field. So in this way, in future, it's quite possible that we can realize energy using the nuclear reaction in a controlled way. So in the particle physics, so our scientists can measure the force between two antiparticles. So this is some achievement that we have made in astrophysics. For example, we have launched the satellite, which is called UCOM, which is used to. So this experiment, so this satellite is used to hunt the dark matter. So in their experiments, they have found some suspicious signal, which is possible for the dark matter, but this has not yet been fully determined. But anyway, this is an important achievement. So I think so it's quite possible that the Wukong satellite will get some much more strong evidence for the dark matter. So this is I'd like to show you some interesting achievement that we have made in quantum computations. So this is the experiments that we have carried out 5 years ago. So which have realized the quantum computers using the photons, using the single photon, using the photons. Meanwhile, so scientists in USTC have realized the quantum computers and the associated the advantage of quantum computations using superconducting, using 51 superconducting qubits. So this is a paper that we published in Nature in 2023. In 2024, actually, the second group have realized superconducting qubits, more than 100 superconducting qubits. So this is the experiments. So this is which is called 3. So in which they have realized 105 superconducting qubits for the demonstration of quantum supremacy. Okay. So just I have a brief introduction to our department from the faculty members, from the publications and the research output, or the research. We have also the research highlights. So I welcome all of you to study in our department. So thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Gong, for that insightful introduction. So next, we are pleased to welcome one of our PhD students, Louis from Brazil, who is studying quantum information physics. Louis will share his personal experience of research and student life at USTC. So please welcome Louis.
Hello, everyone. So I thought that maybe after this more technical explanation, maybe I should give a more personal version of how it is to live and to study here at USTC. So as Ms. Doris said, my name is Luiz de Paula. I come from Brazil. I'm currently in my second year of PhD here at USTC. With both my bachelor and master's in physics at the University of São Paulo in Brazil, and now I'm doing the PhD here in quantum information. The 2 areas that I'm focusing more are quantum error correction and quantum control. So why I chose to come here, the opposite side of the world. So when I was doing my master's there, I wanted to do my PhD abroad. I searched, so my initial plan was either US or Europe, because they're the most famous and more obvious options. But then I started noticing that there were like probably half of all the papers published in my field came from China, and I didn't know a lot about the research situation here. So I decided to search a little bit, and I found out that like a great fraction of them came actually from one single university, USTC. So, okay, this is interesting. So yeah, here is the Nature Index from 2025, and USTC the 3rd position in high impact publications. But then you focus a little bit more in physics, and it's now the 2nd position, just after the Chinese Academy of Science, which is not very far from here. And then you focus a little bit more even, and you're in quantum physics, and then we won, I think. We are in the 1st place, and the 2nd place there, by the way, is literally France. the country of France. So it's a really good position for what I wanted to study. So I decided to apply here. And as Professor Gon said before, the many very important fields of research here. Here, just some examples as quantum computers and photonic quantum computers as well, and the satellites in quantum communication. Both a little bit older experiments and current ones from this year. All of them extremely impactful. And actually, what made me 100% choose to come here was that when I was talking with my current supervisor, what I actually do is completely theoretical. So I'm giving these examples here, but I showed what my actual research is would be just a string of some Python code. And then he said, like casually, that after we did all the tests and run all the simulations, we could just send it to some quantum computer and they would just run it as if it was something normal. That, yeah, we have a quantum computer here. Actually, his group has a quantum computer. It's not one of these very big ones, but the plan is for the next few years to become also a very significant one. So yeah, after he said that single phrase, yeah, I chose to come here. Was the deal was settled. So another very interesting here is interesting thing here for quantum information that we have the Hefei National Laboratory of Quantum Information Science, which is extremely big. So since my project is 100% theoretical, I never go there, but I visited once and it looks like an airport. It's so big that it's pretty surprising. And here are some examples of the day-to-day. So as I said, I can't show my actual research because it's the most boring stuff possible. But here is one of my friends who is in the same research group as me. He's doing actual experimental research, so it's a little bit more interesting. This is just 2 floors down from my office. His actual experiment that I cannot share because it's incomplete, but I also don't have any idea what he's doing. That is very confusing to me. And the other picture there on the right is a poster I did for an international conference that happened here in Hefei, organized by the Hefei National Lab 2 months ago, I think. So it was international, very big international conference. There were a lot of very important physicists from the field of quantum information that came here for that. So it was very interesting, very good to be able to after 1 single year of research here, to present some results to them and also have a very interesting discussion. For example, the people here were the professors here were so important that I tried to explain a concept to one, and he actually developed that concept. I had to say sorry to him because I did not know he was one of the authors of the original concept. So yeah, just to show that there were very important people here during that conference. And this is also the research group. So this picture is from there was a celebration. 3 people just graduated that semester. So everyone went to a paintball place to commemorate. And these are not all, but a lot of the people from a research group. So it's very different from Brazil and from some other people I know from other countries. Also different that the research groups here are extremely big. So half of those people, they are experimental, the other half is theoretical. So it's very good because every time you have some question, there's always someone who knows that and you can just go there and ask them. It's very active and very good discussions we can have. So the experience as well is, you can see me there in the bottom right. They're the only foreigner here in the group, but now there's another one. So it's mostly Chinese, of course, but there are a few foreigners. Now I'll give a quick presentation on how it is to live here as well, because I think it is very important when you move to a different country, completely different culture. It's something that scares you a little bit sometimes. So I think it's good to just demystify it a little bit. So these 2 pictures are from the picture on the left is taken from the North Campus of USTC. Most of the international students usually live there. And the other picture is actually, you can see the left picture is a hotel in the background. The second picture was taken from that hotel. So we are seeing a little bit of the North Campus from the top. It's just like normal buildings, but it's part of the university. So this was my room when I moved here. So For PhD, we can stay in dorms for, at least for the scholarship still have. We can stay in the dorms for 1 year, but I'm pretty sure master and bachelor students can stay for the whole degree. And it's a really good room for small apartments of 2 or 3 rooms. Mine were 3. And one thing they did that I thought was very good is that they put people from similar countries together. So in my apartment, I was sharing it with another Brazilian and a guy from Peru, also South America. So, and both of them had previous experience in China. So it was very good to be able to learn a lot from them. Here, all the pictures I took from USTC. So going along them, the first one there is the canteen. I really like the canteens here. We have thousands of different options. You can eat something different every day of the month. And the food is really good as well, and the price is very reasonable. The next picture is there was a competition of badminton competition from the Department of Optics, Optical Science, Optical Engineering, the department where what information is here. And it was very funny because, again, I was the only foreigner there and trying to play badminton against Chinese. Imagine similar to being a foreigner and going to Brazil for a football competition was very hard, but they won 1 game, so we're very happy at the end. The next picture is from my office. My desk is the one in the very right there. We have everything provided from the lab, the computer, everything we want is really good. And every time we have some problem, it's very easy to solve. As my supervisor sometimes joke that we have almost infinite money, at least quantum information. I don't think it's true for all the departments, but quantum information here is very significant. So if you need, of course, if you have a reason for that and you have a project, you can ask for it, and usually it's achievable. The money is not the problem. The quality of the research, the main thing we have to achieve. And the next picture is just one I took from the campus. The campus is very nice. There are very nice gardens. You can relax a little bit after between classes and research. It's good to sometimes go out of the office and sit in the sun for a few minutes. And also the international community here is really fun. It's very easy to make friends with everyone. And the international office organizes many activities that are also very new. Almost every weekend you can find something to do. So the first picture there is from the first week I was here. So all the new students from 2024, we went to a park near here called Dashu Mountain. And we came very small. It's a hill, actually. We climbed to the top, and that picture is from all the new students. Again, you can see me in the very bottom there, a little bit to the left. And the next picture was a cycling event that was organized by, I think, the city of Hefei. And again, the international students from USTC, we went there to participate. The next one was from the Chinese classes. We went to visit the Anhui Museum. Anhui is the province where Hefei is. Hefei is the capital of Anhui. And we have mandatory Chinese classes in the first year. I think it's really good. I think it's really important to learn Chinese inside the university. It's usually possible to do everything in English, but as soon as you step out, it's much harder. So, and also learning Chinese, you open up a lot of new doors. So I think it's very good what they provide here with the Chinese classes. And the last picture there was from the international festival. So every year they organize a festival with each country has their own stall, and they offer food and activities and so on. Again, me in the middle, and the other person who lived with me, he graduated already and went back to Brazil. And 2 friends, one from Pakistan and the other one from Bangladesh. Is a very good experience to meet people from all over the world. So before that, I never met anyone from Pakistan or Bangladesh, but now they are very good friends. So yeah, that's all. If you have any questions about anything, you can just ask me, send me an email, and I'm happy to help. So that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Louis, for those very useful and candid insights about USTC. So now to explain the application process and the USTC fellowship opportunities available to international students, Let's please welcome Ms. Penny, who is the program officer from the International College, to give us an introduction. Okay, so please welcome. Okay.
Okay. Good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon to all of you. This is Penny from International College. So I'm the program officer who in charge of the degree program of our university. Now I'd like to make a very brief introduction to the degree programs of USTC to all of you. So USTC offers 38 undergraduate programs, 78 master's programs, and 89 doctoral programs in mathematics, physics, chemistry, computer science, etc. in 34 schools and institutes. Among them, some master's program and almost all doctoral programs can be conducted in English. So for the undergraduate program, USC offers 38 undergraduate program, and the duration is 4 years. The language of instruction for undergraduate program, which is Chinese. The application time for undergraduate program is from November 14, 2025 to March 31st, 2026. And the online application platform is isa.ustc.edu.cm. For details of schools and majors, please visit our official website, ic.ustc.edu.cm. And here is like the major list of the undergraduate program. You can see we have natural science, engineering, and arts, humanities, and social sciences. And for all these program of undergraduate, all these majors of undergraduate program are taught in Chinese. Okay, so no matter you want to apply literature science or engineering or arts, humanity, and social science, you need to provide HSK 5. So here goes to the eligibility. So of undergraduate program, the non-Chinese citizen will awarded a graduation certificate from senior high school having passed new HSK level 5 or above. For the application procedures, the first step, you need to participate in China scholastic competition assessment. Hereinafter referred to as the CCA test. So you need to take part in that test and provide the results, and then you can submit your application online in our platform, that is isa.utc.edu.cm. Then is the online application, and then step 3 is the entrance examination and interview. The last step is the admission. So this is the undergraduate program. Now let's move to the master's program. USTC offers 78 master's program in mathematics, physics, chemistry. So for this season, for this informed season is about the School of Physics Science, right? So for the master program of this school, of the physics school, all the majors can be conducted in English. So you are highly suggested to apply like the physics of university. The duration is from 2 to 3 years. The language of instruction is Chinese or English. It's totally decided by the majors. Some majors can conduct in English, and some majors can only be conducted in Chinese. The application time is from October 16th, 2025 to January 31st, 2026. The online application is the same time, isa.ustc.edu.cm. For more details, please visit our website, isa.ustc.edu.cm. Here is the list of the major master program. So from this picture, you can find the master programs which can be conducted in English, and from those the middle parts of the picture and the right side of the picture, these majors are taught in Chinese. So for the eligibility of master program, so you must be non-Chinese citizen with a valid passport and have bachelor degree or equivalent to bachelor's degree in China, should be under the age of 14 years old. If you apply Chinese total program, you must have HSK level 4 or above, and meets other admission criteria for international students of USTC. So for the application procedures of master program, we have 3 steps. Step 1 is the online application. The duration is from October 16th, 2025 to January 31st, 2026. Please, for this first step, I want to emphasize, all you need to do is to finish your online application as early as possible for USTC to evaluate your application and remind you to correct or complete it when necessary. It's not mandatory to find a host provider while applying online. Once again, it's not mandatory to find a host provider while applying online. So all of your materials and the documents, plus only if your online application is complete, will be sent to the schools or department for their reference. And then move to the step 2 is online interview. Online interview will be held by school or department accepting international students. The professors will select prospective students according to the application materials and interview performance. And the last step is the admission. And for the doctor programs, we offer 89 doctor programs. The duration of doctor program is 4 years. The language of instruction is Chinese or English. And application time is the same one as the master program, which is from October 16th, 2025 to January 31st, 2026. The application platform is the same, isa.ustc.edu.cn. And for the doctor program, here are the measures. So we offer, once again, 89 measures. It covers natural science, engineering, and arts, humanities, and social science. I will not read it one by one. Okay, for the details of the schools and the majors, please visit the website ic.ustc.edu.cn to consult. Okay, because I just check of the chatting box, you always ask, oh, I want to apply this program, this major, can I apply? Okay, go to check our official website. You will find whether we have this major or not. Okay. Now, the eligibility is that you must be non-Chinese citizen, have bachelor's and master's degree, and should be under the age of 45. Okay, for some special scholarship, they have some special age limitation. And also the procedures of application is the same one as master programs, 3 steps. For step 1, on application, once again, for doctor program, it's also not mandatory to find a hostel provider while applying online. All you need to do is to finish your online application as early as possible. And the step 2 is online interview. The last step is the admission, which will be in April or May. So next, I will introduce about the whole admission procedures of master's or doctor's programs. So the first round review, which is done by international college by us. Okay, during this round review, we will check your eligibility and information and documents. And those who pass the first round review will be sent to the school or departments versus for the second round review. They will select the applicants for the interview and then go to the interview. So those who are informed to attend the interview will be, will be interviewed by the professors from the different schools and departments. And if those who pass the interview, then go to the USTC final review. This is done by the USTC selection committee. So in another words, by the USTC admission committee. And during this period, it will select the nominated awardees. And after that, we will report this list, like the awardees, to the scholarship sponsors, which is supposed ANSO or CC for their review. They will determine the final, like the short list of the scholarship of different programs. Okay, so this is the whole procedures for the admission procedure. So in another way, it's impossible for any one person has the right to decide who will be admitted. So you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 round reviews. Okay. So if anyone tell you that, oh, you just give me this money, I will give you the admission of USTC. Do not believe it. It's a liar. Okay. Now let's go to the non-degree program of USTC. I will go through it very quickly. So for the non-degree program, we have summer school, winter camp, and the research internship program. And for the School of Physics, every year they have a lot of research internship programs. You know, some students from Europe or from like America or some other country, they come to do from 1 month to 1 year visiting to do the research cooperation with different professors. Okay. So for the summer school, and you can apply, like it's usually, I think it's 4 weeks, from 4 weeks to 6 weeks. Okay, so to 5 weeks. So the application deadline is generally by April or May, and you can check the official website fusep.ustc.edu.cn. And for the winter camp is a very short-term study program that provides international students with the opportunity to express excellent learning environment and communicate face-to-face with outstanding faculty members at USTC. And now let's go through the duration of winter camp is 2 weeks, and the application deadline is generally by November or December. For the details, please check the website ic.ustc.edu.cn. And the research internship, I just introduced that to you. Okay, it can be a short term, like 1 month or 2 months, and or a long term, 12 months is okay. And for the next is to the introduction to the USTC fellowship. Okay, for this part, maybe you are very interested to know more about the USTC fellowship. So for USTC fellowship, USTC warmly welcome all the outstanding students from the world to join USTC, where they can learn, explore, and grow into world-class scientific talent. To support international students, USTC provide a diverse financial aid option and competitive scholarships. So excellent applicants, either for degree programs or for non-degree programs, may apply for the USTC fellowship. For the doctoral programs, we have 3 different levels for fellowship. So for fellowship level A, which is funded by ANSO, it covers tuition waive, comprehensive medical insurance, travel subsidy, the monthly stipend. For this level, it's almost the highest, monthly stipend in China's mainland. So it's very competitive. And for the level B, it's funded by CSC or USCC. For CSC, is also well known by Chinese government scholarship. And level C is funded by USTC. For this level, is cover the tuition. And for the master program, we have 2 different levels of the fellowship. So for level A, it's funded by ANSO, CSC, or USCC. In another way, it means that for this level, they have the same cover range with 3 different scholarship sponsors, but it's the same. And for level B, is only funded by USTC. And for the undergraduate program, we also have two different levels. Level A is funded by CC or USTC, and level B is only funded by USTC. And here is the USC fellowship for the non-degree program. So for the research internship program, so 3 different levels. And for level A, its duration is from 3 months to 1 year. And the level B is from 1 month to 1 year. And level C is from 1 month to 1 year. And for summer school or winter camp, we have 2 different levels fellowship. For level A, we cover the tuition, provide the comprehensive medical insurance, free local accommodation, and also the travel subsidy. And for level B, it will cover the tuition. So this is the brief introduction of the USTC fellowship. And you can also get the more details from our website, ic.ustc.edu.cn. So from the admission navigation, and then you will find the USTC fellowship, and you will go out all the details of the USTC fellowship for different programs. So you're most welcome to apply to USTC. If you have any question for the degree program, you may send an email to us, isa@ustc.edu.cn, to consult more details. And for the non-degree program, you can send an email to visiting@ustc.edu.cn. I think that's all for my introduction about different programs and also the USTC fellowship of USTC. And thanks for your listening.
Okay, thank you so much, Penny, for the clear guidance. Okay, so the rest of today's session is for Q&A. Okay, so before I begin to answer all of your questions, I want to emphasize that this is not the end of our school specific briefings. So feel free to take a screenshot of this page. We'll have several other schools info session for the upcoming weeks. For example, next week it will be the MBA program of the School of Management, and after that there will be School of Energy Science and Engineering, which is also the Guangzhou Institute of Energy Conversion, and also School of Information Science and Technology, USTC Life Sciences and Medicine, School of Chemistry and Material Science, Department of Environmental Science and Engineering, School of Humanities and Social Sciences, and also, last but not least, Hefei Institute of Physical Sciences. Okay, so please feel free to take a screenshot of this page and join any session you are interested. Okay, and I just checked our chat box, and I have seen some questions which many of you have asked. So first and foremost, I saw that many students have asked questions about acceptance letters. Many of you are saying that you have sent multiple emails to many professors here at USTC and received no response. I need to emphasize again, we don't need any acceptance letters for your application. Okay, you don't need to send any emails to professors at USTC. Just prepare all of your documents according to our application guideline carefully, and the admission decision will be based on all of your materials and your interview performances. It's like a comprehensive evaluation. Okay. And the second thing is about the instruction language. So for I think some of you are asking about the instruction language for undergraduate program. So I need to emphasize again that for all of our undergraduate programs, it's instructed in Chinese. For Chinese instructed programs, you need to have HSK 5 certificate to apply. And for the Chinese instructed programs for the master's or doctoral programs, you also need to submit your HSK 4 certificate. Okay. And another question is about can I apply to both UCAS and USTC? The answer is if you are interested in applying to ENSO scholarship, then you cannot apply to both UCAS and USTC. Okay, but for other scholarships like CSC scholarship, it's okay. But for the ENSO scholarship, you can absolutely not apply to both USTC and UCAS. Okay. And for the language certificate, again, if you are applying to English instructed programs, please provide any English certificate, such as TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo, or any proof that can show that the instruction language of your previous program is in English. Okay. And for Chinese programs, you will need to submit HSK 4 certificate for the master and doctoral program. And for undergraduate program, you will need to submit your HSK 5. And many of you are interested in the program list. Please visit our official website, and there will be the different program list on our official website on ic.ustc.edu.cn. Okay, it's our official website. You can find all of our admission related information there. Okay. Let's see.
Okay, and I want to add one more thing is that we do not have any application fee. So it's kind of a bonus to all the applicants. You don't need to pay any application fee.
Okay, I think that is all for our Q&A session. So if you have any other questions, for example, if you have encountered any problems while applying our system, please send us an email. Our official email address is isa@ustc.edu.cn. Wait a minute, I think I can find the page here. Please also feel free to take a screenshot of this page. So if you encountered any problems during your application, please send us an email here. And please wait patiently, okay, because we receive hundreds of emails every day. So please allow us some time to reply to you one by one, okay? Okay, so that concludes tonight's School of Physical Sciences session. Thank you very much for joining us, and we hope to see you at future sessions and also on campus soon. So good night and see you.